Hiya, and welcome back to Outriders. Yes, did I film this right after I just filmed the other video? Yes, I wanted to keep playing, and we had a thing to actually get to and talk about, which is essentially, with the resurgence and revitalization of Outriders, the update and all that, they gave us all, I think, 2 free legendaries, 1 armor piece, and 1 gun. I could have just been a weapon though, like a gun. I don't know. I just noticed that there's 2 things that shouldn't be in my inventory. At least I don't remember them being there. Although I did hastily leave Outriders because I was pissed. But anyway, yeah, and they're both my exact level, so they're 43. Okay, so today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be messing around with the Headhunter rifle. So, little worried. Simply put, little worried. Because I am not particularly a good shot in terms of sniping and all that. But its special effect is revolving somewhat like that. So critical shots cause explosions that inflict toxin on enemies in a 5-meter radius. Okay, also increases critical damage by 0%. What? Okay, so if I have a lot of resistant pierce built in my thing, I guess it's gonna be okay. That seems like a real bad perk. We should change that one actually, yikes. Anyways, I don't know how many materials I have to go around to do that, but probably should do that. Anywho, now I have a build that super caters weapon damage and like bonus firepower. So this thing should be just buffed up to being able to hit pretty damn hard. Again, bonus firepower, bonus firepower, close range, all that stuff, long range, boom boom, all that stuff. My build is Metascum, at least old Metascum. Regardless, we do have this one. Killing enemies affected by toxin do increase or regenerate your ammo in general. The thing that's rough about this is that if you play this character, this is like one of the worst legendaries I could get, okay? Because if you play this character, the Technomancer, you have blighted rounds, which inflict, what is it, right? Toxin, goddamn damage. So I don't get to utilize this at all. What would synergize to a much greater extent is if you look at my helmet. My helmet has Thirst for Blood. Killing an enemy while they're affected by bleed give you 40% weapon damage, Leech. That's huge. We're doing a lot of weapon damage. We're gonna heal like crazy if we just shoot someone with a bleed applied. Okay, how are we applying a bleed? This one, Bone Shrapnel. Killing an enemy detonates them, doing a good bit of damage, enshrapeling a bunch of bones, applying a bleed to a 50% radius. What is this perk? What is this? If I just kill an enemy, I'm getting the effect of the shrapnel, and I'm getting a bonus damage on top of it. So I'm at the same radius, 5-meter radius. It can be affected every 1 second. It's the same thing, except I get a bonus 26 damage on top, and there's no other character in the game that can affect a bleed. What is this? This is a level 2 legendary. This is a level 3 legendary. What happened? What is this? The explosion is only a radius thing. It's not like this one at least says like, no, you're also getting just a bonus damage, which is 26,000 damage. It's huge. And also kill spree is just amazing because it buffs his weapon's damage like crazy. Anyways, me being bitter and frustrated aside, we're gonna try to make it work and probably be frustrated and run back to what we're rocking, okay? Because we're also going to choose what doesn't really matter, to be frank. We could choose Boomtown. I like Boomtown. It's also fast. Won't be sitting here for too long. The question is, should we do the max difficulty or play it just a little bit safe? I feel like we should probably play a little bit safe because things can get a little grimace. So yes, we are gonna go to 9. Maybe let's go 8. All right, we're still getting. Never mind. It's real brutal if you're not up there in the trenches, you're not getting a single legendary chance. Yeah, it's just because I have no faith in my ability. Let's go ahead and run it. Let's run it on just this. Yes, we were basically just gonna test to see if this weapon can be worth a damn. Weapon showcase and all that. I don't have hope because, I probably should have given it another mod. Although that's the thing, man, if the weapon's base mod doesn't like stand up for itself by itself, then it's a little shitty. Although this is a single shot rifle, so there are other things that basically massively amplify. Like when you shoot once and then you reload, you basically shoot like this orb that does a ton of damage. So that in its weird self can kind of be really good too, if the weapon has good base scaling, of course. Honestly, I don't even use my secondary at all, so this will just be power scaling for me, really. But I digress. Anyways, let us see. Yes, I don't. Well, we might die as soon as we exit here, because yeah. Really. My other gun makes me survive and do damage, and this one, I might just get eviscerated immediately. In fact, I have the feeling I will. throw this. Yikes. Yikes. The good news? There's not a lot of good news. I'm bad. Hey, that one was not a bad amount of damage. I don't think it's more than what I currently deal. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Yep. I do not know why you would snipe in this game, especially with the end game that it is. You have no opening to do anything like that at all. The enemies are just bull rush you, and you're like, snipers are just the worst. I'm gonna scrap this as soon as I get a higher level of secondary, because shit is brutal. There's no point. There's no point to using snipers at all at endgame. Unless there's a specific map where it's like, hey, you can like be ranged. Let's just try to play normally and then get to a place where we can snipe instead of just trying to force use sniping in a kind of a closer area. Engagement thing. Although we should be fairly overpowered with the current happenings. Because yes, we got a lot of things built. Yeah, see when I'm using my actual gun, which is dealing 60,000 damage on a headshot, and my other one I think did 10k, could have been doing 100k, but even still, that was a 1 pellet burst, 6 times whatever 4 I think shots this is a good bit. Good. Man, this is one thing that frustrates me. But also I gotta just make sure I keep firing, because yeah, we got plenty of damage to go around. Okay, check this out. Here we go, baby. Money! I don't know how much damage that was. Also, standing behind shit doesn't make any sense. Are you shitting me? Oh, also when you switch weapons, I lose blighted rounds and I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die because I switch weapons. See, this is the problem. This is why you can't play video games. Oh. Please, affect bone shrapnel. There we go. Bone shrapnel should give me healing. Okay. Whew. Whew. All right. We're doing this pseudo okay, and by that I mean just barely surviving. Come on, droney drone, please do anything. Okay. Nope. I burned alive. Burned alive because I switched off of blighted rounds. Feels not good. Feels real bad. We'll retry it again. We're not even on the max difficulty, bro. I don't know. I basically have no idea how you could play a sniper in the game. Especially like, or you like, yeah, change. Like, oh, look at me, I'm being cute, switch. And then you lose blighted rounds and then it's just like, you're just dead. You are just dead. And yeah, with that being said though, you guys seen that I am built solely for damage, which is the problem. I got fire rate, fire rate, fire rate. At this point, I do need like armor or something. But you know how it is. Nightmare, dude. Nightmare. Just like an impromptu mid-switch, just because, again, I don't know, you could potentially add like a different secondary. I just think it's like the legendary effect is the problem. The weapon itself is also meh. Also, the stats that we got, I forgot this weapons can fall with stats too, are also kind of meh. You get skill, life, leech, and status power. One of the reasons why this is so good is because you get critical damage, status power, and long range damage, it's really easy to get long range damage. But regardless, you have status power. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense because we're doing toxin, but all of my weapons have toxin, so it's probably just bad for your boy. That's it. But we could use this one too, just to see if any of these weapons are good, although I tend to have the feeling I get rather unlucky with these. Critical shots increase your critical damage for by 50%, that's not bad. Good bit of buff to critical damage, and this thing scales off critical damage, and we got status power and long range. This could potentially be anything of value. Also, this weapon looks beyond sick. So cool. Sounds pretty good too. Is it good? I don't know. It's got enough ammo to where I could probably keep my blighter rounds up though, so this is a higher thing. So anyways, weapon review, changed. Okay. We're on a super low difficulty, but it still might be too much. Well, it does feel good not having to do bursts all the time, and applying a slow is actually pretty neat. Especially you could blanket shoot everybody and have them all kind of be stuck. I don't mind this. This is actually quite fun. Again, my other one just does an abundance of damage, but the ability to quickly like shoot someone could actually help me survive. Because it does look like the slow effect is insane. Actually, this gun is incredible. Yeah, this makes complete sense. I forgot the slow effect is basically not just like slowing movement speed, it literally traps them and stuns them completely. The one negative that I would throw on this is I put bone shrapnel on this, because yeah, bone shrapnel would be huge because I would be able to heal because I'd be doing damage. But although the weapon kill spree would also be really good, and the weapon's base damage is not bad either. Here we go, baby. Yeah, this is it. This weapon is it. Also, again, it's just the good base stats. Also, I'm happy that my turret's actually doing any damage now, because beforehand it wasn't. And again, by the time, like, they only can deal enough damage to my turret to where I'm actually dead, you know? Oh, we just lost Blight around. No, I have two magazines, right. I forgot. Just in case shit got a little too grimace, we could do that. Yeah, I almost wish I could get 3 perks. I wonder which one is better, bone shrapnel or the killing spree. I feel like kill spree might be better, but bone shrapnel helps me heal, you know? And as long as I'm getting kills with those terror rounds, I'm gonna be able to heal like crazy. Or sorry, I'll regenerate my magazine permanently, which means I can keep 100% uptime on my high bullet damage, which is pretty great. But no, this is feeling smooth. I feel like I might be, if I put another mod on this, I'll be able to actually pop off with this. I don't know if it won't, nothing will be as good as my burst round, my burst thing. But it could be still pretty good. Could be usable, I'll say. But also, just taking this thing's legendary effect could be huge, because that legendary effect could theoretically give me so much. Like what do you call it? Survivability. I mean, like just slowing people in general is huge. And also, they're slowed for a pretty good amount of time, because yeah, and they can't do anything to you when they're slowed, really. Unless you're not moving at all. In that case, maybe. This feels good. But again, we're also low difficulty. But also, we don't have a lot of mods on this. But the potential is there. Also, we could break down this mod and put it on anything and it'd be really good. Like, even just pistols, just to give you some survivability, would be huge. Anyways, yeah, this is much better. This is what we want. And it's fun to use an assault rifle so I don't have to do the bursty burst things, you know? Oh, I was about to say this is getting a little grimace. Oh, I had to reload there. And a little dicey. What the fuck is that mine? There we go. Now we're feeling it, baby. This feels good. This feels like we're actually playing a video game now, instead of it being like, all right, we're kind of just shit in the bed. Honestly, I don't feel like I do enough damage. I feel inadequate. Feels bad. Yeah, no, when we use all of our abilities, we get that weapon damage spike. Pretty huge. Again, the thing that's a little frustrating though is like kill spree is still so good. You know what I mean? Like kill spree is still silly good. Also, the recoil I gotta kind of plan for. I'm not used to it because the burst rifle I use is just so good. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh, shit. All right. Yeah, just one shot will slow you down. All right, yeah. I don't know how you would use other things. Stop it. Just keep shooting. Just keep shooting. Just keep shooting. Pretty grimace. Heal, heal, heal from the one thing. That's again, the shot just saved me. And the slow can keep me alive when the blighter rounds eventually go away. See, you can't do anything but just hang out. Live your best life, hang out. Nope. Should stick with this one. Should stick with this one. We're gonna run back over there. Throw that. Throw that. Oh, there's enemies behind me. Throw this. Oh, there's not an actual place to hang out over there. We finally got blighter rounds back. Okay. Okay. Blighter rounds are huge. That's why the other one is so good. It's because you never run out of them. Oh, we were in a dicey situation there. Dude, this is super low level. We went 2 below our normal capacity, which again, I think I'm a little over. Like, I need to invest in my gear more. I think that's my problem. But even still, this is like, we theoretically were doing an over an abundance amount of damage. And it's still a little bit. It's still a little bit. Boom! 8K! 8K! Doing pretty okay. When we activate this, we'll have to actually get after it. Also, aren't there like things here? No, that's a different weapon farm, right? Here we go, baby! Blight rounds back at it again. This. Again, as long as one die, Blight rounds will spread out the love. That's so useful, actually. It's quite good. Oh! It happened! The fateful day! We only have 1 clip left. Our safety clip is gone. And that guy died just because of the bleed or whatever. The toxin. It's starting to come back to me, the game, a little bit. Like how we used to play. Ooh, there's one more enemy. Now! Yes! Yes! We're resetting this. Just to be safe. Just to let that shit come back. We're gonna be okay. Okay? Could be a little rough otherwise. See, this is the best part about, like, we can play smart here. We can just let our ability come back so that when we get into it, we'll be able to fire up. It's pretty good. Also, this weapon looks so sick, but I could put this weapon on any other weapon I want. So I could put this weapon's design on my, like, classic burst. And I think it also changes the sound, which was weird. I'm not sure if, like, you put a sniper. I guess they're all still in the same category or family of things. But the fact that there's sounds on the same is a little odd. All right. The big pooba, the big issue. Ooh, you got like a scarred tummy. Very scarred tummy. Anyways, this. I was about to say, ow. Shit. Oh! Shoot, heal, shoot. All that. Funny, because you need to, like, shoot him, shoot a basic bitch enemy, get your magazine back, and then shoot him again. If I stop shooting, I won't have enough powers. Oh. Okay, I just needed to heal up or get my magazine back. Okay, we've burned our first magazine. Ah, it happened. Okay. And now we can actually do this without, like, actually killing ourselves, basically. Stop it. And that slow is pretty insane again. I keep saying it, but it's like, hey, this is actually wildly useful. I have not used any effect that isn't get a shit ton of damage out of nowhere for doing, like, a simple task. This one's like, hey, this actually has some utility behind it. Like, I can just pop a kneecap and a person's like, or like, oh, my knee, for like 10 minutes. Not bad. But you do notice that, like, 1 second cooldown. So I wonder if you put that thing on, like, an AoE weapon, if possible, if that would, like, share its effect. So you shoot someone in it, like, I think there's an orb. Like the weapon in the vendor right now, where, like, if you shoot it and reload, your first shot, like, puts down a probe, and I wonder if that thing would mass apply as slow, because that would be pretty huge otherwise. But anywho, helpful. Bunch of useless items though, because yes, we didn't fight current level, so it's a little bit behind. But not bad, even still. Actually got a lot of purples there. Give me all that. This. Awesome, got some titanium. All that stuff should be pretty good. Honestly, yeah, I guess I should say it. Yeah, I've noticed that they're a little bit better, at least when it comes to epics. Epics seem to be like you're getting a consistent amount now, but I think until you push into like the last 4, I don't know how much you're going to be gaining in terms of like legendary drop chances, but which, you know, a little bit unfortunate. But anyways, still pretty good to just level up and get ourselves there. Because again, I think the thing is you're supposed to take like gear and infuse it up, and that's maybe my problem right now. Although I do think I could use like a way to get armor or like resistance, because I don't think I have that yet. But no, this weapon is huge. Actually, I'm so happy it's like good now. I'm actually able to use it. And again, if I broke this thing down and put it onto anything else, I think it would actually be good. Unlike this one, which I'm like, what? Bone shrapnel is level 2 and it's still killing it. Anyways, but this is what I was saying. If I took everything I had on here and put it here, I think it would be pretty good. Although I don't know what the choice would be, because slow is pretty good. I don't know if I would change. I think I'd put bone shrapnel there, honestly, because the only thing I felt there is I felt like I was a little in dicey territory. Although kill spree, which gives you a shit ton of healing, or sorry, damage, is really good. So, meh. I don't know, maybe things would just die before they even got to me. Because I did notice that when we were shooting with this thing, we did heal to some extent. So I think I have something on my kit that says, like, you heal a small amount from blighted rounds. Oh, no, that's exactly what it is. Okay, so yeah, because I have crit shots inflict a bleed, every weapon can technically benefit from the heal, or the life leech effect. So I can basically heal from them as long as I get 1 critical shot. So yeah, I would probably just put bone shrapnel or kill spree, probably kill spree, because I could activate bleed, but also bone shrapnel get a good bit of like just damage outright, which would be cool to spread the love. But I digress, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your time. Again, this weapon, super huge. The Time Ripper, looking absolutely amazing. Also, it's an amazing assault rifle. Also, I got it dropping with pretty decent thing. Critical damage is used. Status power is pretty relevant. Although I don't know if status power is as irrelevant. I think it's only relevant because I'm built for poison. So status is technically considered a toxin, which considers my damage scaling up, you know? But anywho, hopefully you guys enjoyed the rest of your day. As far as the crit multiplier, yeah, it's a little bit less, which is to be expected, but I think it also has a pretty high fire rate, yeah. And also has a bigger magazine size, so it's able to utilize bladed rounds kind of bonuses more efficiently, essentially. But alas, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. This game, loving it to pieces, especially right now, especially now that, again, you feel like you're making ground to some small extent, but still an extent. Thank you again, and definitely try to pick up this weapon when it comes up in the vendor, if it does, because I can see this perk being really good, especially at the very least being on your pistols, just to quickly apply like a general slow, and then be good, you know? Anywho, also, this pistol sucks. Anyways, hopefully you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for your time, and goodbye. Quick pause. What? I forgot what this one did. What is your problem? Critical shots cause an explosion of toxin, but you have to get a critical headshot or a critical shot in general. This one just applies a toxin to anybody who's around you. This makes no sense. It's frustrating. Anyways, shit.